22. But what made you the feeling when you actually finally threw 22 meters? What did that feel like?
It wouldn't, I wouldn't say goosebumps, but in a sense I kind of expected it. But at the time, I never felt so sure about something yet in my life. The last round I went in the ring, I realized, I know for some reason, before I take the throw, I just knew that, yo, this feel, everything I feel perfect where I'm like, I'm going to throw 5, I'm not sure how far I'm going to throw. But when it got 22 meters, I couldn't believe it. I knew it, but I couldn't believe it. I see it, I remember it, but I couldn't believe it at the same time. So I was in that shock. Grateful for Jamaica to clear that barrier. Hopefully, many more to come. But right now, it's just put that behind me. There is other milestones to cross, and working towards them.
So many might be saying, you throw 22, you're consistent at 22, and you're relatively young.
No.
Is it out of the question to say you're aiming for 23 or even more?
As a shot putter or any event to do in track and field, I think if you don't aim for the highest after sport, which is maybe someday holding the world record, breaking the world record, what I mean. Those are goals that help motivate you through practice, competition, going up against the best. So I believe my main objective, my motivation is to hopefully one day, Rajindra Campbell, for Jamaica to break the shot put world record. That's the goal. I think I have a lot more room to improve. In terms of strength, there's a lot that I can improve on. So, get the technique done properly, gradually increase on the strength, and hopefully someday, that statement will make the headline over the world.
Definitely, having a mindset like that definitely gonna help you along that journey, and anything is possible. And I feel like realistically, you're in a space for something like that happen.
Yeah.
So, backtracking a little bit, what basically led you into the shot put? Because both of us competed in high school, but when I knew you, you were a discus thrower primarily. So, what led you into throwing the shot put?
Let's start back from high school. So I started throwing discus in 2011, but I went to Franco High School at the time, and track and field was the main objective, but it was sprinters. There was no throwing coaches. So at the time, my brother was going to St. Diego, and my friend was going to Kingston College. So Edson Wright, Kingston College, Rajindra Campbell, St. Diego. My brother was a shot put jamming guy, and Edson was a discus guy. So I understand the basics from them, and then, but I never took it serious until I think it was 2014. That year when I think it was Basil Bingham last year. Took it serious, and then I went to Kingston College the following year. The first time I threw a shot put, there was a practice session, and I said, "Coach, let me try this." And I think I threw 15 something. Coach, I have a new event, but in a sense, the love was still the discus.
Yeah.
Same thing happened through the job. And I said, "Coach, let me try this." And so end up I did shot put this one job in a chance just because I want to try and see. And I realized, I had potential in all of them. When I got to college now, went to Claude County Community College. There, it was you have to do an indoor event. So I started the shot put. In a sense, I didn't like it because shot put the transfer from I think it's 12 pound which in high school.
Well, in Jamaica, 13 pound.
Yeah, 13, and then to the 16, which I only threw the 13 for a year. So when I got there, I was learning it. Setbacks that year, I think I only threw 50 meters that year. But the following year, I threw 17. I was like, all right, this is good, some progress, but still, discus was the main focus. When I got to university now, Missouri Southern State University with Coach Brian Allen, still came in as a discus thrower because the previous athlete he had won the nationals, Division 2 nationals in the discus. And I was like, all right, cool. This is a good coach for discus. I'll go there. But for some reason, I started improving more in the discus and I was the shot put until 2019. 2019, it clicked because I was still learning. I was trying, so in the discus, I was trying to break away some of the bad habits, and the shot put, fairly new to it, instant improvement. So 2019, I went 18, 40, I think. And in 2019, I went 20.
So 2018, I went 18, 40, and then 2019, I went 20.
Yes. So 2021, so during after the through 20 indoors, then COVID happened. The outdoor, the rhythm of the season, got the training, both events, but mainly focused still on the discus. It was to the point where I got so efficient in the shot put, where I consider, I said, all right, now I started force the strength to get stronger because everybody said, I'll be a good shot put, it'll be strong. So I started forcing the strength, and I end up having surgery on my right knee and a meniscus, minor meniscus tear. Came back the same year, that entire season, I threw 19. This is at 19.8, and this is at 19.9. But something happened that showed me that, hey, you can really throw this. A lot of people don't believe this, but it was a situation where I half turned at nationals, 20 meters with the shot put. And I'm like, I didn't see it, but the crowd reacted, and I was like, yeah, warm up. And when I got done, I won the national, both shot put and discus at nationals. But for some reason, when I got done, coach looked at me and said, shot put? And I said, it looks like it. Because the discus, I have scratched a lot of 60-meter throws. I've been trying to break the 60-meter mark for 2 years. Keep cutting shots, keep coming shots. After a while, I realized, you know what? Then I look at the discus field in Jamaica as well. Frederick Dakers at 70. Travis, Chad. At that time, he had Kyle and Stoner. And let's say a lot more behind him that was better than that. I thought nicely was better than me in discus. Look over the shot put, there was, national record holder, Odean Richards. And I said, all right, I go more to the shot put. And that's where
it was like a strategic move, like in terms of
it's more strategic than I sense avoiding the fire, but they don't want to go in there and dish it out them. So I choose the shot put. So far, so good.
Yeah. No, that's smart. There was this book, Pat David Wright, called Choose Your Enemies Wisely. And it's just about, that way you just mentioned strategy, tactics, and understanding that it's easier sometimes to do the things that you can succeed at. And then if you decide for later on go into that, that's good because now you have some form of status and you have the mindset and the experience you can transition. But that way you do actually make a lot of sense, honestly.
Yeah. To me, it was the most logical choice, because I think Fred is the only Jamaican that I've seen that thrown over 21 meter. And after him, I think there's a spot to be filled. You know what I mean? And with him, getting older, I think there's somebody to step in. The discus already.
People probably need to step in.
Yes, hopefully Kai Chan will join me next. But it's plus the good thing is that as much as Odin is my competitor, he's also a good friend because I remember throwing the discus and he was one of the one that kind of helped me break it down, simplify it for me where I was able to make some improvement in high school. So plus he's also a good person to talk to. If you need to know anything, I just reach out to him. Never turn me down. So good friendly countryman. I did an interview at Nationals 2021, and they asked me who do I idolize the most. And be honest, it's Odin Richards. You know, the reason being is see him like Asafa did for sprinters. I think Odin Richards did it for throwers, where he
Yeah.
stayed in the island and he showed that Jamaica is not all about running and jumping. They're throwers. So the pride, in a sense, he made the first few step in changing that ideology for me. I know before him there was Dorian Scott, but I've never seen him compete. I've only seen Odin Richards. So you know.
Yeah. We see all day in the work, we see the things you put in, we see the high lows, the bad meats, the good meats.
Yes.
And I feel like him is definitely a lot of people don't even know that Odin is a bronze medal at the World Championships. The first
Yeah,
Jamaican ever for medal in
exactly.
the
You know.
shot put. So that's a big deal. So we definitely need to give him flowers for sure. And
Yes. Yeah.
it's fit. I think we underestimate all we honestly doing because if we go from throwing 21-9 to still throwing 20 and trying to get up to 21, a lot of persons would already give up and just let me
Yes. You know.
focus on something else. But it really showed the passion and love we have for the event.
Yeah. You know. I think something about what I realized about traveling now, like there is actually love for the sport
Yeah,
when you reach Europe. There's a lot of people that come out specifically for to see the shot put, you know. And I didn't understand that while I was in college and competing back home. But once I left, I was like, wow, there's a fan base over there, and you'd be surprised. It doesn't matter what you throw, there's somebody out there that know your name, somebody there looking at you. So,
yeah,
but definitely, Ode Richard is the one that really showed me the light that hey, Jamaicans are not just confined to the stretch. There's
yeah.
a ring, and shot put especially, the discus always had somebody, you know what I mean. So Ode did that. Decides to join him over there, and so far so good.
Yeah. You mentioned a little bit earlier about 2018 to 2019, something started to click, and you went from throwing 1840 to 20 meters. For those who are listening or watching and curious to see what really spurred the big change or big transition from 18 to 19, walk us through some of the things that you implemented during that year to get better, to get more consistent.
So something about the discus and the shot put that I never understand was I believe discus it's longer, shot put is tight. The separation in the middle, I used to, especially in discus because I'm trying to reach around like my shoulders are very flexible, so for me to feel the stretch, sometimes I speed up. I really rush the middle of the ring. But the shot put, because I could feel the weight of the ball, I knew exactly where it was. And then I started out slow first to where I start unwinding from them. But one, I weighed 240 pounds at the time, plus with a bench press max at 360. All right. So in hindsight, fairly below par strength for a shot putter.
Yeah,
But one, I was explosive. You know, I understood force output and I understood the motion, the path of motion in which the ball is supposed to travel. So my main goal was to connect the shot put, the full rotation to the half turn. Don't have to go so fast about that. All I have to do is make sure I connect the stepping into the middle. I feel the same way if I was starting from a static half turn.
mm,
It took some trials and error, but once slowly, surely, I started feeling okay. I started feeling the pattern motion pushing the ball. I said, okay, this make a lot more sense. And to me, the way I was doing it, my coach really understand it, but I interpret it my way, and I figure out what works for me based on my understanding of the sport. So a lot of time, the coach explaining something to you a certain way, but that's not the way you understood it. That's
yeah,
not the way you grasp it. So me, that's the simplest way I could put it for myself. And then in no time, I was the first time I threw 19 meters was in the summer. And I said, wait, I didn't get stronger because I did. It was like the first couple weeks of summer. I wasn't stronger. You know what I mean? You get a month and a half off. You start building back from zero. So coming back in I feel 19, I was like, I'm not stronger. I'm not. Only thing I'm doing different where I'm connecting in positions. And it was like, okay, let's add more speed to it. And after that, it's just it became fun to throw a shot put.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after that, it's mind blowing. You know.
So I know you being a Jamaican myself as well. We notice a big difference between the approach to training here in the United States and in Jamaica. I think Americans really focus on the strength aspect of throwing
Yes.
versus really the reps. Talk me through the process or how you think about the throwing from a rep standpoint versus strength standpoint.
I think the reps are a lot more are way more important. You know what I mean? But I think one of the reasons why I'm able to improve at such a high rate, such a fast rate, because I wasn't strong starting out with. You know what I mean? So me and that discus throw, you don't need a strong bench per se to throw a discus far, but you need to have flexible levers. So the transitioning was I had to remain connected. So there's this for example, I had a friend at the time that was also a shot putter, but he could bench press 430 pounds, 430 pounds. All right. But he only threw 15 meters. They become especially at such a there shouldn't be my mindset is if I bench 405, I should be throwing the marks that represent the strength.
Yeah.
So realizing that I am not strong, I focus on the technique, I focus on the reps, I focus on making sure that it doesn't matter what's going on, it doesn't matter the condition, I am able to produce this movement consistency as consistently and as fast as possible. To where it became second nature. So where I didn't have to think about how to execute it, it was already great in me. Which is what I'm trying to revert back to because recently I've been trying to detour to get the strength where it is necessary, but I still, in a sense, I kind of let certain consistency slide, which I'm trying to get back.
That's actually now that you mention all of that is really a very smart approach because I feel like once you work on the technique to the point it becomes second nature, then
Yes,
definitely the strength is just going to be a bonus. Is it's going to be
exactly.
easier for you to gauge or even time. All right, I should be throwing X and X by this time based on what my numbers are. And I agree 100%. If I go into the bed, if I go into, if I when I was throwing, if I went to the gym and bench 430, I automatically knew that I definitely going to PR this week. Like because I know from a number standpoint, I'm not a
Exactly.
numbers person. I'm a technical person. So if I'm getting stronger, it's definitely going to show in my throws.
Yes. You know, and the first time at one point there was this javelin thrower here by the name of Regime Carby. He doesn't mind me using his name. But Regime Carby, he is a javelin thrower on bench, the shot putter. His bench was 385 at the time, and mine was 360. You know, and I'm looking at that, but my thing is, my focus wasn't on getting stronger because it didn't make sense to me. I get stronger. At some point, it can be an asset, I can be a liability.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put myself in a position where it was an asset, not a liability, because even after I started getting stronger, I realized I was compensating like because I'm stronger, I'm a muscle it, and never got me anywhere. So in I said it took some backtracking, took some reanalyzing, and then I was able to make the necessary adjustments. And once I did that, it was more competition and reps.
So we talk about 22, we talk about from 18 to 20. But I think as a Jamaican, we all can agree that the big mark or the mark that really made you feel like, all right, yo, this is possible was when you throw 21. Because everybody know once you throw 21 is like anything is possible.
Yes.
What went through your mind during that time throwing 21, being consistent at 21, and how did you approach that from a training standpoint?
So I don't have good big marks in practice. Meaning when I threw 22 meters, my best mark in practice For the 14-pound ball was probably 20.5. All right. So let's track back to last year. Opened the season at I think 19 meters somehow. And then I threw against Stoner at Arkansas Invitation. I threw 19.98. Stoner threw 20 meters at the time. And then from that, at that time, this was going through my head. I am stronger. What is it am I doing wrong? And I realized because I'm stronger, I have no patience in the world because I am stronger. I can muscle the ball, muscle the ball, muscle the ball. So with the meet leading up to Arizona, I think it was Tucson Elite. First time I threw 21 meters. I threw 21.9 at another Arkansas meet. But different with that one is I was way more patient. I was like, okay, patient, but speed up the finish a little bit. 21. The way I felt about that 21, I feel like I could do it again and again and again and again. And I'm like, that means there's a lot more in the tank. That means I can go beyond what I just threw. And I threw 21 meters in the National Stadium. And Fred turned to me and said, that is impressive. That's what they mean. He said, because you threw it in a stadium. I mean, you can go beyond it. And I said, all right. And then the conversation having with Fred leading up to the World Championship, it was like, yo, I felt based on how he was motivated. I said, hey, you have the potential. I believe that I could go beyond that. So leading up to I went to Poland first. I had first time traveling internationally after 815 to compete. 2020, I think 20.4. And coach was like, I'm impressed that you did this good for your first travel, actually, especially after such traveling for 24 hours. It's like, I'm excited about the next meet. And when I got there, I just saw Shelly. I think I saw Shelly and Fraser Price, Julian Fort, and a couple of them. And I was like, who you, boss? I mean, I said, shotput. So it's like, the seeing everybody there, I'm like, yo, I'm no longer watching them. I'm walking alongside them. I was motivated. Yeah, next 22. Yeah. A lot of people laugh about the twos and I said, well, I wasn't really paying attention about that. But the good thing is that I repeat the 22 meter last indoors. World Championship are gone different, but I think apart of why I'm not really too disappointed about the World Championship, it forced me to reanalyze certain things, and I realized the mistakes was made both from a practical standpoint. So
what are some of the things you would say happened at the World Championship to kind of which led to your performance?
I was excited to the point where I didn't show up to throw. Meaning the potential of doing something remarkable. It was playing back in my head over and over and over and over and over. So the time when I got there, I was trying not to be too exciting, too aggressive in the ring, which threw me off completely. So my thing is, if just relax and just apply the pressure you normally do, it would have been fine. But my body was telling me that, yo, if it connects, it's done. And that I was excited. I was excited. It scared me. There's a think about it because the week before that, I had a showdown between Walsh and Fabry. And people like, yo, these are guys that we watched and analyzed their technique. So now Proza is the big guy. And I was like, the idea that, yo, it is possible. In a sense, just kind of threw me off. But
I get to you, man. 100%. I get to you, man.
Yeah, I was excited, man. I indoors when I got done, I never feel the pain I felt in my chest wasn't a heartbreak. Your first love break out. It wasn't that. It was something worse. You know what I mean? It's like I sat there and I watched the competition, the last competition. I'm like, Ginger, look at where you are. Look at where you should be. It can't happen again. And that there, as a Michael Johnson took it personal. So yeah, just focusing in.
So, I mean, that's powerful to just hear you mention that, and it sounds like a very vulnerable story. But
Yeah.
what would you say is a way that Ginger prepare mentally for any competition, or what is your mental outlook when preparing for a competition?
Every day is an opportunity to do something great. Right? That's the first thing. With trading everything, when you get there, you train, you practice for how long before you get to this meeting. Like today is a day to do something great. So I approach majority meets with that level of confidence. Say today's a day to do something great, and that somehow calm my mind, calm my body, and it's a matter of applying force. So just take every day as an opportunity to do something great, and the level of greatness you're trying to achieve sometimes can be limited by your vision. You might be capable of more than you think. So for me, is I have an open mind in terms of what I'm trying to accomplish that day, but I know that there's potential of me going beyond that. So I'm every try meet that every competition I go to is I'm more to see what's gonna happen, what the result's gonna be.
Yeah. In terms of traveling, you say you go Poland for the first time. Which one of the countries would you say is one of your favorite countries to be in and just train and somewhere you could see yourself living, to be honest?
Jamaica, but I think Czech Republic.
Mm.
The There was the first time competing in the streets where there was specifically an event for shot put. Like that
Oh,
Friday, this, what I mean? I've seen it on TV and I've seen videos of it, but actually being there where, I mean? There's not a track meet going on. It's just shot put. And, people from all over is there. That's where I felt most welcomed as an athlete. Um, I didn't get to do much traveling around, but the food they treat us once the competition is over, they treat us shot put us to a meal. So not track and so it's no longer the 100 meter being the favorite, it's shot put. So Czech Republic definitely looking forward to be there again, hopefully at the end of the season.
that's great. I feel like a lot of guys growing up always see that on TV and want to experience that the competition
Yes,
in the street. Everybody looking like they're excited, they're knowing what's going on. They love for the
exactly.
sport. Yeah, that's always something that I've always even if I don't get to like compete, they're just being there to see it. That's always
It's,
something that I've always dreamt of, honestly.
it's an amazing feeling. It's like it's not like that there was specifically shot put. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you have to get your own music, your intro music to go in and being there like sometimes I stop and check myself like, yo, this is a dream. Because you know what I mean, as a dream for time like this, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I am really doing this. That's it's motivating. It the main thing is that I'm having fun. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying the fact that I'm doing something I really want to do. You know?
Yeah.
So far, so good.
And as I mentioned, doing something you want to do, something come to my mind, and it's that a lot of persons would want to be in your position. A lot of persons would want to be throwing 22 meters, traveling the world, qualifying for the Olympics, and just trying to maximize how well they can do at the Olympics. But a lot of persons don't know the behind the scenes. What goes on
Yes.
behind the scenes. As much
Um,
as you're willing to share, walk me through a typical day in the life of Rajindra Campbell. What you have to go through from a day in day out basis in order to make this dream a reality.
let's take it from a financial standpoint. All right. One, you have to have people that's one believe in your dream, enough to support you to the point where hopefully someday you can repay them. All right. That's the first thing you have to establish. Then you have also understand as an athlete, you now have to become a physical therapy for yourself. So you have to know things about the body that a normal person wouldn't know, or those who have the resources would have someone to tell them. You become a nutritionist for yourself. You know what I mean? So you have to understand body weight, protein need to maintain the weight, you need to calories need to maintain that weight, and so on. Next thing, you have to be motivated and not rely on other people to motivate you. Because the second someone's motivation fails you and you don't have the drive, it's that you get stuck in a period of self-doubt, which can sometimes force you to stop. You know what I mean? But also you have to have patience dealing with people, that's supposed to be, helping you along that path. You have to be patient to where it's a level of patience I didn't know I had. Let's just say that.
Yeah. And with all that, for the persons who are watching and still kind of curious, should I go professional? Should I actually chase this dream that I have? What kind of advice would you give them?
It's a decision you have to come to by yourself. Meaning, I didn't necessarily analyze your position in terms of there's monthly responsibilities that you have to take care of. Now you have to figure, okay, can I be profitable enough to where I don't have to worry about these bills? If your family need to help, can I be profitable where I can help my family? How long am I willing to sacrifice or to invest, let's say invest, to chase this dream? Those are questions you have to ask yourself. All right. And next thing, after you make those questions now think about those who will more likely support you. Have a conversation with them. I am taking on this career path. For the time being, I will be needing some form of security. Are you guys willing to do this? There's a question you have to ask yourself. Next thing, track and field is a independent sport. Let's put it that way. So you're not a part of a team. You're basically you're responsible. You're no longer a part of a team. So me transition from the high school where meet infos and all that, I just go to practice and be here by this time. Hey, time to throw, you need to go warm up to go throw. Those are things that you have to be responsible. And yeah, you also have good communication skills. Your personality, you basically market yourself while you are at the meets, talking to the meet directors. And they kind of direct you. So there's a meet next week. There's a couple. This companies put on these amount of meets. There's something you can that. So figure out what is it you want for yourself. Figure out how it will set you back or help you, and then from there you make a decision. But I wouldn't say to just run into it. It's wonderful, but think about it before making a decision.
Yeah, everybody dream unique to the person, because you can be having the time of your life, even though it's not as beautiful as another person might think. But another person in that situation would be having a nightmare. It's like this is not, them can't handle it. So I think that's really good advice. Um, from that though, what would you say are some of the biggest challenges you face in your career as a shot putter so far?
Let's start with traveling. So as a collegiate athlete, the most you travel is probably like 1, 2, 3 hours if necessary. Traveling to a different time zone on its own was the first issue I realized. I came into contact with. I'm like, all right, how do I navigate this? Jet lag. I never understood what they meant by jet lag. Yeah, I usually hear the term, but to me, I said, if I go somewhere, that's fine. Coordination off. Like that was point blank, me I say, "Alright, this right here, feel like is throwing 101. This is how you do it. So you have to reteach yourself, get accustomed to the jet lag." The next thing was supplements. So last year I wasn't on any supplements. I wasn't taking multivitamins. Only thing I was using was protein and creatine. All right. So when I got to the first doping station, they asked me what am I taking. I'm like, nothing. I was like, no vitamins. And I said, am I doing something wrong? It was like, it's just weird seeing somebody not taking vitamins. And I said, and then I feel the effect of not taking vitamins, which became I realized that okay, everybody is taking some form of supplements that help their body recover, stay healthy, get the necessary nutrition they do for they don't get from their meals. And I'm like, okay, learning process. And then when you get to what to do after a long flight, to me, you're coming from America, you're going 6 hours ahead. Next thing you know, let me answer Banje real quick. Banje.
Things up, Papa.
Yo, let me call him up. I'm there for an interview with Kyle.
Oh, all right.
Appreciate you guys.
That good man. Banje, say you're good.
Yeah. So knowing what to do after a long flight. Fresh, you know what I mean? Next thing too, I wasn't as, in a sense, I was still starstruck. You know what I mean? For example, my first roommate was Chuck. All right, everybody know Chuck.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and I was like, I watched this man's videos.
Yeah.
That does make me go to myself, I've watched his videos. I'm competing against him. You know what I mean? So I didn't know to separate the fact that I'm a fan of the sport, I'm a fan of the athletes, but I'm not a competitor. You know what I mean? A lot of them might see rival, you know. But I was there and I was like, wow, like my roommate is a guy I watch his videos to try to get better. He's right next to me. Matter of fact, tomorrow we're going up against each other. You know, I couldn't separate that for the first couple of meets, I couldn't separate that. Even worse, when I competed against Joe Kovacs in Memphis, like I was trying to throw fire, but I was there like there's Kovacs.
Yeah.
You know, and then at the World Championship finals, like I was there and I was like, I've watched everybody there. I'm like, I've watched you guys' videos. You know what I mean? And even when I got done, Prowse returned to me. I was like, I'm impressed with what he did this season because he was there when Stoner beat me. You know, with the 19. My PR in March was, no, the thing was April. My PR in April was 19.99 meters. Next time you saw me was at the the World Championship Finals, the PR 42 meters. So you know what I mean? It's just there, and I'm like, I've watched you guys. The only thing to my do is like, I watch you guys' videos to be here. I know I'm competing against you guys. It took a while.
Would you say you saw yourself there before you were there, like you manifested it?
Yes. I'm a very optimistic person when it comes on to things I have control over, right? I believe if you work smartly on something, and if you invest the time into something correctly, you will. There's a higher probability of you becoming an expert in that field. All right. And to me, I believe that I have done the necessary work to get me up at a certain level where I'm not where I want to be, but I am improving. I'm seeing the result I need to be seeing to motivate me to push harder. So I see myself being at the World Championship finals, being at the World Championship, being in the finals, being on the podium, someday winning. You know, I mean the same thing. Olympics as well. I see myself at the Olympics, at the Olympic finals, on the podium, sometime winning it. That's all. That's the level of motivation I use. You know, it's like these are goals I'm working towards. So it's not just okay, gotta go win. If everything happens this day. So what I gotta do to get there? Sleep is a must. Protein intake, vitamins, everything is on a schedule. You know? So it's going slowly.
Who would you say are some of the persons that play a pivotal role in your success currently?
Biggest motivator is my brother, Rajindra Campbell. He started throwing first. He was the first one. I think he won Central Champs one year, and he got a basket. And my mom, he came down and gave it to my mom. She was happy. And at the time, you know, I mean, I was just there like she was genuinely happy. He did something outside of school that made her genuinely happy. So it's not just report day. There was something else he did that made her happy. And I was like, can I do this? And then my brother have a way to just give you the option to do it, but technically you don't have a choice. You know, so when I got to front court, it was like, say, yo, you should go through. And I said, yeah, but you know, as a youngster, you're more entitled to, you know, chasing the girls, hanging out with your friends, and you know, one day the coach comes and I say, hey, you should come through, join the trap team. And I said, all right, cool. And then he kind of fine-tuned, because my coach, Mr. Wayne Reed of Ferncourt High School at the time, was a track coach. So, you know, it's just, there's a discus, try to throw it over the goalpost. It's okay, cool. Try, and my brother would, after got to St. Jacob, kind of teach me what he knew. Even during college, if I ever hit a hiccup as a Roger, what you think about this? And so far, he kind of guided me to a point where I was able to stand on my own and push forward. But even now, my brother, he is one of the main motivators, supporters right through. Next one is my sister, Malika Hosen. She, once it's close by, she's there, you know. So, you know, making them happy. You know, the progress is it's gradual, it's not stagnant, which is good. So, you know, they even after the World Championship indoors, got a call. Hey, you know, we know that today wasn't what you wanted, but the big one is coming. I was like, all right, immediately refocus, get back to work. You know, so give thanks and everything towards them. You know,
Yeah, having a great support system, honestly speaking, probably is the most important thing.
very.
Because you can have the drive and determination all you want, but there is a reality to it. You know, you need things to be happening behind the scenes in order to make this possible. So it sounds like you have a good support system, and that's
Yes.
just awesome for me to hear.
Yes, that's honestly because then I can continue. So I have to, you know, give thanks and keep working.
So let's talk about Jamaica for a bit. Jamaica track and field in particular. Jamaica, a lot of persons see Jamaica and don't really, in my opinion, understand how great the whole country is. For us to be such a small nation and do well at almost everything that we try, I feel like that's just beyond, like, I don't even think most persons can even fathom how is that even possible. But let's talk about specifically track and field. We see the drums going crazy right now. Everybody, we have world leaders in the long jump. We have high jumpers kind of coming up there as well. We already have the sprinters. But one event in particular, I think a lot of persons aren't talking about, apart from the persons in the event, is the discus.
Yes.
Currently, we have about 10 or 11 persons over 60 meters in the discus. Today alone, we had one more person throw 69 meters. So we have one person throwing 70, another person throwing 69, another person throwing 68, another person throwing 68,
Oh,
another
yeah,
person throwing
yeah,
68.
yeah.
It's like what's your take on the disco scene in Jamaica right now, and who are some of the guys you have your high eyes on in terms of carrying the torch to the next generation?
I think right now, I'm letting me backtrack a little bit to 2012 when I met Travis Michael for the first time. Understanding that, because my brother was a thrower, he competed against Travis. He's like, yo, Ginger, there's a left-handed thrower at Calabar. You know what I mean? He's going to the Olympics. You are left-handed thrower as well. So I'm like, yeah. I met him at a meeting GC Foster College, at GC Foster College. And I was like, he looked like a regular guy like me. You know what I mean? He was like, well, another lefty. And I said, to me at the time, I said, this guy was at the Olympics. Giving look, all I could that time was stand up. You know? And I was like, I was looking at them and I was like, and then I started learning about Jason Dodge Morgan. And I said, but Jamaica, I'm not really, I'm a sprint. We have our palms everywhere. And then in recent years, when you see the spike in the sport, this is my take on the matter. Knowledge, experience is being gathered consistently. I don't believe it's just the discus that will take off. I think the shot was going to take off and the javelin is going to take off as well. I think right now we have 4 guys at 70 meters. I think we probably have more, but you know, a few have put part of the sport. But yeah, I mean, we are slowly improving in all aspects of track and field. As for the guy I currently have my hand, as Travis said, Roger Stoner. In terms of potential and gift, Roger and Kai Chang has the levers that the Europeans have. They have the speed, and to me, what separates them from the boys is the fact that they are Jamaicans. It's not to be quits or anything, but understand that our nature. Island of warriors, all right. So you give them something else to channel that force into. Once they have all the criteria for it, they will excel at it, all right. And I think with the level of consistency being shown by Travis, Banjay, Chad, a lot of the one coming up understand in a for you overtake them, you have to be on par or even above. I think that's where they're aiming for, and I am excited to see the showdown at this year championship.
Yeah. Part of me want to really fly down to watch that. Honestly,
Yeah,
that won't be so special.
even last year I was there, I was like, this is Jamaica, you know what I mean? It's not like Jamaica, it's a small Jamaican, and the discus field was deep, and I was like, I should be a part of it, but I'm glad I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, so it's taking off, man. The sign for the light for the future is bright. You know what I mean? Plus, there I think there's a kid at USC as well, 62. So there's another guy. There's another guy joined the field so far. So I believe that it's gonna.
And I heard today that Rakil, the guy at USC, he fouled a 66-meter throw. So that's another person potentially.
So you know what I mean, it's going to be something special, and I do see more. I mean, the outdoor season just started. I think this is the 3rd week.
Yeah, it just started.
So you know, so people are not yet into their groove, and some of them have not their seasons yet. So I'm really excited to see what happens. You know, but
it reminded me of the Americans do it in the shot put.
Yes,
It's more than just qualifying. You have to go to the trials and finish in the top 3. Because everybody qualify in America for Olympics and World Championships.
Yes.
You got to go to the trials and finish in the top 3.
The hardest part of it is making the team. The qualification, not so hard, but making the team is where the problem is at, you know.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, the stadium, there is no favorable win.
Exactly.
So you know, if you're not on par, then you know.
Yeah.
It will show, but definitely the discus. I think I'm more excited for the discus than I am the 100 meter.
No, honestly, like honestly speaking, no shit to the 100 guys, but we're talking about 10 persons, and 6 out of the 10 persons have a potential of making it on the team, and it's only 3 spots.
Exactly.
And it's Olympics. It's not. There's one thing to say World Championships, but it's
It's
Olympics.
the
This happens
Olympics.
every 4 years, so everybody have something to prove, and everybody want to prove something.
I think about the 100 meter is that if you make the finals, it's a possibility you're on the team.
Yeah, on the team exactly.
So but in the discus, it's it's only three. There's no 4x1 discus. It's just that's it. And I only there are a few athletes with the edge, but slowly that gap is being closed. And I believe that they're gonna be some hay game power at nationals. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's even getting to a point right now where a lot of the guys who are at that level 65 to 68, they're just trying to go to as much means to show the consistency
Yes,
so they can
yes,
prove to the selection committee if needs be that hey, look at my schedule during the year what I did. This person
yeah,
scored 68, but how many times did they do it? Because I think that's something that you have to really consider as well. Because I think the purpose of the selection committee is to pick the best team to send to the
best
game.
team. Yes,
So even though let's play out a scenario, let's say 1 to 3 throw 63 meter. Just get example.
yeah,
And then 46 never throw 62, but the 46 actually more consistent than the 1 to 3. It's not impossible to see them looking upon number 4 or number 5 and saying, hey, this person more consistent. Let's probably put them in the top 3 and bring them. Let's probably put them in the group of person that we're going to take to the Olympics. I could see Jamaica doing that because it's not like America where
yeah.
they're very strict with their one. Whoever come first, second, and third. If Crozer finish fourth, then carry Crozer.
Hey, yeah. But I do agree with American standard though. Which everybody work hard for it. It's a matter where the fact that you're there took some sacrifice. What I mean, took some level of hard work where you're capable to compete and this. I believe once you hit that slot, you should be selected. But there is also the possibility of you making the team, and not make the team.
Yeah, it happened to Dodds 1 year. He finished in the top 3 and them never carried him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know the reasons behind that.
Yeah,
But
me either.
yeah, but but based on the crop athletes we have now, I think everybody is consistent.
I agree 100%. This is the most consistent I've seen a lot of the guys. Especially, I was saying to Travis the other day, this is the most consistent I've seen you. Like Travis, a bad day right now for Travis is like 65, 66.
That's amazing to
That's
see.
good. That's very good in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we need to give our flowers to Mr. Robinson because that man have done an incredible job at the junior level. Let's talk
Yeah.
about junior champions, world junior champions. You know what I mean?
Two of them, right? Yeah,
Yes,
two
very
Kai
excited.
and multiple time with Banje, but Kai and Banje two world junior champion.
Yes. Even I think the Ashina medal on the shot put as well.
I'm not even sure to be honest. He have so much of them because even Kobe, then you have Travis
Yes.
who medal, then probably somebody else who I don't even remember. And then
Yeah.
on the senior level, him are the only coach to produce medalists.
Exactly. So you know what I mean. In terms of consistency and plus Mr. Robinson, he has a joyous way to talk about things, you know what I mean? And then this laugh is just
Yeah.
it's something special, man. But yeah, definitely the work that he's doing is incredible.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like we have a good group of choice coaches in Jamaica. You have Coach Julian Robinson, Coach Reggie Ford, the JC coach,
Yeah.
and Coach Dunn. He was a coach for Rakil who went to USC and threw in 62.
Yes.
I'm doing a lot right now for JC and the Chosen in Jamaica, all across the board, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's surprised to say, surprised to see actually, because I mean, first when JC started become consistent, because I was like, who's the coach at JC? You know what I mean? And then when I realized it was him, I was like, then I think what happened, I think to me is that knowledge. I think the approach he take is different. You know what I mean? I think that the knowledge that he gained over the experience right now is showing. You know what I mean? And I think the guy if he was 66 at champs.
65-9.
Yeah, 65-9. That's impressive to do in the stadium, especially that, especially that champion.
A lot of people don't know how difficult it is to throw in a national stadium because it almost feels like you're throwing uphill.
Exactly. So it's like to see that go, it's impressive, man. Like it's impressive, very, very impressive. And then I mean, but I think something else that I've not a lot of people have witnessed it, realize it, but there have been more 20-meter junior for us.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, honestly.
That's something, especially in that champs, because I think before it was Nedrick.
Yeah, Nedrick 20.6 or 9, one of them.
Which is a champs record.
Yeah, currently too.
Did Kobe didn't show 20-meter champs, right?
No.
So this guy's the second guy to do it. Yeah. So I might say Jamaican throws in a whole is gradually improving, and I believe at some point there'll be a level of dominance from the Jamaicans.
With all this influx of talent and just athletics in Jamaica doing such a great job right now, would you say that is a great time to the federation start playing a better role in terms of investing in the promising athletes and just having a specific structure in place where people can feel like they're incentivized to want to be successful, to want to wear the national colors and not just look at it from the perspective of, I get to wear the colors and that's it, but I get to wear the colors and I get to benefit from this financially or any other way and push the sport forward.
All right. I believe that there should have been a system in place from the time of Travis and Frederick. All right. I do believe there should have been a system in place. The fact that say you had someone doing it. All right. I think Jamaica is mainly focused on the sprints and the jump. All right. There's not more resources for the throwers. All right. There's not more resources for the throwers. So, in terms of, I don't believe it will take a lot to actually have an impact in terms of support. Because one of the main challenges, to get a hold of the equipment is a problem. I mean, to get quality equipment, it's a problem. I have a wash bar. It costs I think or close to $1,000. Ask for one bar. All right. But let's take away from the cost everything. The fact that they will show some kind of support to the figure. One, there'll be more people eager. All right, after their career doesn't end after college.
Yeah.
I mean, support system it depends on how people look at the support. All right, I think one of the main problem is finance. Main problem is finance. Financial support is the main driving factor behind most things. I think as a sprinter, you're more likely to be helped than if you're a thrower. All right. My experience has been my thing is I have my brother and sister that really push a hand to help me. All right. in terms of relying on, you know, the governing body, it's too hard to get through to anybody. That's not the first thing I probably have. It's too
Communication issue.
you know, and then it's not like it's a joint structure where if you reach out to one, they send to the other. You know, and I don't believe that should be the matter. Where, you know, as an athlete, doesn't matter what is you looking for, it shouldn't be difficult for you to receive any form of communication from the country that you are representing.
Yeah.
I can only use myself an example, but I do remember how other guys from the country in terms of, bro, you doing this for your country is so good. I'm like, yes, but it's not received as you are really pushing, making a stride for Jamaica track and field.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, you didn't do good this meet.
It's like they focus more on the bad than the good.
They focus more on the bad than the good. So, I mean, there have been improvement based on what I've heard. You know what I mean? And this is my first year basically. So hopefully change. But I support for the sport itself will be I don't know how to properly phrase it, you know, and I think that's where I'm having the problem, because there are those who are trying to help, and then there are those who can help but don't help.
Yeah.
All right, that's where the problem is. That's where the riff is at.
I think once we can find a way to bridge that gap, where the
Yes.
people that are willing to help and the people who can help but don't want no one know that we should help, that's when I think, honestly speaking, it can force the governing body's hand to actually start this stuff. Because it's not gonna look good when people outside are that doing more than the people who that's legit their job.
Yes.
Job is to
Yeah.
push the sport itself forward. So if you have people from the outside doing that, you're going to put you in a position where people going to start scrutinize and criticize, and you don't want that, especially when it talk about the politics of that in itself.
Yes. Yeah. You learn a lot within that year, and
Yeah.
you know, my thing is, it's Olympic year, and next year there's World Championship. But I don't believe it necessary to keep fighting a battle that show no sign of ending. All right.
Yeah.
Much as they are supporting my corner, I do believe that, you know, I am of age where I shouldn't be dependent, you know, and I have the resources to go and, you know, do what is necessary to make my life more easier. But I love what I do. Right? I enjoy what I do. Wearing the colors, best feeling. Anybody represent Jamaica on a primary at a junior level or senior level to understand the feeling you go out there. You're not just Kyle Mitchell, you're Kyle Mitchell of Jamaica. You have the colors, you have the flag, everything on your body. But when that is done, there is life after that. There's reality right after you're done. I mean, it's, you know, I'm giving my all for this year, and based on how the year ends, for decision to make for next year. You know?
Well, honestly, bro, it's been a pleasure just hearing your perspective and hearing your journey in general, and definitely wishing you best for the
Yeah.
next year and for the future and everything. Feel like you're one of the persons who, in the future, and when all of us pass and gone, people gonna always talk about Rajindra Campbell. Honestly speaking, because you're one of the trailblazers in terms of Fred are the one for spark the fire, for create the energy for people understand say, yo,
Yeah.
this is possible. And you are the one who actually take the baton and finish the race in terms of showing us that it's possible to succeed at this, and other persons gonna look to you and be like, well, if Ginger could have do it, me can do it. And
Yeah.
the next person might say, Ginger could have do it, me can do it better. And that's good because records were made to be broken, things were made to be surpassed. And I don't believe in this idea say a record should last forever because that just means there's no progress. You know what I'm saying? You always want progress in the sport,
Yes.
especially from a Jamaican perspective.
Yes. And something they need to understand is not where you start, where you finish. Because I only threw 15 meters in high school.
Exactly.
No. Yeah, I mean, I am among the best. So, in terms of ranking, even some that people don't understand at the beginning of the season last year, couldn't get into a meet because one, I wasn't ranked anywhere, meaning I wasn't ranked in the top 100. So it wasn't until after Tucson I hit the ranking at 56. I went from not showing up on the ranking, so now I'm at 56. And now I'm at 13th in the world. So it's not where you start, it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Yeah.
Enjoy the journey as it goes,
Yeah, again, really appreciate you coming on and just sharing your perspective. We wish you all the best
Much
and
appreciated.
just continue to work hard and do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, man. Also, you're doing a good job as well. Kind of have people hear the stories of athletes. You know, what I mean, their rise. You know, what I mean, it's a very something that's needed for the sport, especially Jamaica sport. A lot of people don't know the athletes. They see them, but they don't know the athlete. They don't know the challenges that they have to face to get to give the level of performance they do. So, I mean, I do an excellent job so far. Yeah.
Much appreciation, much appreciation.
You know,